guys, my name is Claire Simoon, and I am here with Anthony Pyatt Jr. and Daniel Tracht from Disney's NEWSIES at the Orlando Repertory Theater. Woo! Anthony, this is your first time working at the Rep, and Daniel, this is your first main stage production. What's it like?
I've always wanted to work at the Rep. Finally getting my first show here being NEWSIES, I'm still not fully convinced that it's all happening. I'm waiting to wake up. But I've never done a show of this scale before, of this size. It's immaculate, everything. The set, the costumes, the talent, everything.
Were you guys fans of the movie as kids?
Yes, definitely I was.
I remember viewing it once in like chorus class in middle school, and I don't
I
remember
did
anything
too.
about it.
Yeah, we watched it in my chorus class as well, and then that same year we sang some songs from it, and I have a picture of myself in like 6th grade in like a little like chorus NEWSIES outfit with my little cap on and a little selfie in the mirror. It's so funny.
Adorable.
That's amazing. NEWSIES was based on a true story. What do you know about it?
The musical story is a little different from how it happened in real life. In our musical, Pulitzer decides to raise the prices in order to save his company, and we can't live off of that. In real life, all of the price of the papers went up during the war. After the war ended, all the papers lowered their prices again, except for 2 companies who wanted to keep it where it was, so they had to fight for that. They were all very young. Like, we all in the show, we range in age, but in reality, the actual NEWSIES were like, what, like 9?
I think Kid Blink was like 15, 16.
Yeah, that may be the oldest. They were like 11-ish on average.
How do your characters' relationship change throughout the show?
Davey comes from a more educated background. He goes to school, he has a little brother, he has a family, he has a home, and Jack is pretty much the opposite of that. So coming in, it's kind of like a clashing of heads. Like, he's this big guy with big head, big dreams, and Davey's like very intellectual, and he wants things done the way they're supposed to be. So I think at the beginning they definitely clash heads, but throughout the story they merge together and work together and learn to like love each other pretty much.
Yeah. What I like about Davey and Jack is that like their relationship on a small scale also encompasses the same theme that the whole show has. Sometimes it takes one person to stand up to begin with, but coming together and using everyone's different strengths is really what pushes things forward. Like Jack had the charisma to be a leader, to gather them together, but he didn't exactly have like the smarts that he had from the educational background. So it's like Jack has the street smarts, Davey has the book smarts, if you will. Between the 2 of us, we get everybody together and push things forward.
What's the most challenging part of the show?
Breathing.
I think you just said it, yeah. The hardest like physical challenge is this one phrase in a song that gets me. It's the like most random jump. Davey sings baritone bass for the entire show, but then in the Watch What Happens reprise, he decides to sing an A randomly. So
Can you do it
that's
right now after 7 shows?
Poor guy's head is spinning.
Yeah.
Talent right there.
Yeah.
Generally, I do straight acting stuff. I do TV, film, straight plays, and stuff like that. I usually get up into the head and the method of the character and all that stuff. You know, I'm really like internalizing the emotions. But after doing the show, I realized, you know that choked up feeling you get before you cry? You can experience that and open up your throat to sing a high note held for bars and bars and bars. So it's been really fascinating, like figuring out all the technical minutia of the show. Is like figuring out, okay, like how am I able to connect to this as much as I can emotionally and breathe and still be able to deliver, you know, proper singing.
What's the response been like?
Oh man, like it's really been humbling. I mean, the audiences are electric every time. We were saying how tiring it is, you know, to undertake, you know, a show of this magnitude 8 times a week. But when you come out here and you've got 3 sides of people that are all screaming and rooting for you and crying with you, it gets us going every single time. I've never been more proud of a production in my entire life. No exaggeration.
We are going to play a little game right now. So if you look under your chairs, you each have cards. One side says Daniel and one side says Anthony. So I'm going to ask you a rapid-fire series of questions, and you're going to show out to the camera your answer. Who spits more when they perform?
Yeah.
Do you mean like actual spit or
Like spit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
who is off book first?
Yeah.
Every time, every show. Proud.
I was
Know
close.
your lines.
I was a close second.
No, you did really well.
Who would be more likely to be able to lead an actual strike?
Whoa. That's heavy. I'd like to think I have it in me, but well, I don't.
I feel like I have it in me too.
Yeah, I'll vote for you. You vote for me.
Yeah, let's do that. There you go.
Camaraderie.
Who's the better artist?
Like drawing.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely Anthony.
My name's coming up a lot.
Yeah, he has in his like dressing room, like hung up on his mirror. He has like all these drawings that he did to like prepare for Jack.
So what's this push-up challenge?
The very talented Dustin Russell, who plays Spot Conlon and Tommy Boy in our production, he inspires us to get as fit as him through the whole show. So we try to do as many push-ups per day. He likes to get about 100 per day. We usually do increments of like 10 to 20, and it gets us hyped up for the show and it gets us energized, and we just jump right into it. So I'm just gonna go right now.
Nope, we're going.
1, 2. Feel the burn, Clarissa Moon. 10. Feel the burn, Broadway world. 20. Good. All right.
This has been Clarissa Moon talking to the stars of
Disney's Newsies!